Our world suffers from lack of humanity and acknowledgement. And, I want to invite the other members of our group up here. They're in the back somewhere. Hopefully they'll come. Because, what happens in our world is coordinated. And we have to actually acknowledge what occurs, because there's not one man, one woman who does everything. We do it together. And today at this conference, we have a chance to see how to really go forward and achieve consciousness and integrity. We have to take a look and say, are we really happy? Are we happy? Now, you're probably saying, why would the president of this America's chapter of this drug education program start talking about consciousness and happiness? Because what's happening in our world is because our families are being destroyed. I see you're in agreement. Our structure. How can we have a sane world when we have no family dinner time? When the parents are so busy having to make money that they're not home with their families. We could blame the educators in the schools and say, it's their fault. They're supposed to teach. But who are the first teachers? And I have to acknowledge again my parents. Ruben, a Cuban physician. My mother, Raquel, a Cuban pharmacist. You would never look at me and say, this is a Cuban guy? But sí, es verdad. Yo soy un cubano. Y para explicar a mi amigo, el Dr. Hong, yo puedo hablar español muy bien. He was teasing me last night. He goes, your English is probably better than your Spanish. And what were we talking about? Because, this conference is not about rhetoric. It's not about being a big person. This conference is about changing the world. How many of you want to change the world once and for all? So these are members of the group, and there are many more. There's some I can't bring out, and I'm going to tell you why, because I'm an honest man, and I think the world needs honesty. I can't have them up here because they're also going to receive awards. So I want them to have their own time and space. And this I learned from this man last night. So another round of applause for Dr. Hong. Now, more than me talking to you about what you already know, my wife says this to me, goes, people know there's a drug problem. Ben, you don't have to tell people about the drug problem. People know that the shootings in the subway, and my friends, Pat Blank, the detective, and Sheriff Miranda, and Jose Nunes, Rockland County President, Hispanic Dental Association, they don't need to be told why they're getting shot. They know they're getting shot because of drugs. But what am I supposed to do here is show you. This program that you see here in Chinese, traditional Chinese, is in 22 languages. And Detective Blank said to me that he got funded by a group, and he's going to put on a great event tomorrow for kids with football and educate them. And I think that's fantastic. So what I want to let you know, this program is funded by people like you and like I and this guy. And so go to drugfreeworld.org and you can get this program for yourselves. You may say, well, Dr. Fialkoff, what can I do? You're a doctor for 40 years and, you've been at the United Nations 6 times, 7 times, and you can do something. What can I do? The pause is to let you know how important each one of you are. Not because I want you to clap for me, because in the Tao it says something. A leader that's loved is a very high leader. But you know who the highest leader is? The highest leader is not the one who wants to be loved. It's the one who gets things accomplished and done. But that means that we're all leaders. So the comment that I want to leave you on, this is your program. I'm going to prove it to you. How many of you would like to see a drug-free world? Raise your hands. And you can clap. Go ahead, let's clap. Well, the reason Fopal and my other friend, President Ali Gedikoglu, who couldn't come from COGEP, the Council of Justice, Equality, and Peace, the Foundation of World Love and Peace, and the Foundation for a Drug-Free World. The only way we're going to get that to happen is when we work together and when we see that we all bleed the same, we all want to have a home, and we all want to be loved. Thank you so much for listening. Drug-Free World is for you. Take it and run with it.
Dr. Fialkoff and the members of the Foundation for a Drug-Free World, America's chapter. Like you said, we're not here to sit passively and just listen, but we are taking this energy and congregating it to transform the world for more peace and more love. So thank you again for all of you guys for joining us. And next we have...
And let me say one last thing.
Yes, for sure.
Now I want to do something in honor of my Cuban heritage and my good friend out there, Mayor Johnny Ford of the World Conference of Mayors, who's trying to establish a relationship with Cuba, and my other buddy who's made so much possible that I want to humble. He's too humble, so he won't do this. But there's a man on the right in a white outfit, and he's a very big man. And if we make him stand up, he's a globetrotter, and he needs to be acknowledged. Please stand up, Mr. Globetrotter. Mr. Robert Z. Hunter. I want to acknowledge him, so that here's the comments. In Spanish, we say, juntos podemos. And in English, that means together we can. Thank you.
Thank you so much.